All I'm gonna do is miss me when you're gone. Oh, yeah. I'll miss me when you're gone. Don't know how to say it, but when I think about us, it tears my heart up to think about you walking away.
Before that debut single hit #1 and launched an international career, who was the guy behind it?
How's it? I'm Will Linley. I'm 20 years old from Cape Town, South Africa, born and raised, and I am a singer-songwriter. I first started doing music and writing songs when I was about 15, 16 years old, but I guess I've always kind of done music. I was raised in a very musical household. It really started to take form and become like a serious love of mine in lockdown. It was kind of a lockdown baby. When we had that initial lockdown of 30 days, it was let's write a bunch of music and basically wrote a song a day, and that was where the bug kind of bit and I really fell in love with it.
I've been thinking about it for too long. Lately I've been thinking about it.
The youngest, most carefree of 4 Linley brothers had found a focus, and his writing clearly made the grade.
After the initial 30-day lockdown, after I'd written a bunch of these songs, I decided to put one of them out. A mutual friend of mine heard one of the songs and he put me in touch with a friend of his called David Belshaw. And David's a producer who's based out in Cape Town. We got to chatting and we started writing a bunch of music together, and I'd go into the studio with him every Friday. We then kind of had some songs that we loved, and David urged me to start a TikTok account, to start putting music out there, to start just showing people what we were doing. And one of those songs started moving on social media, and it kind of changed the trajectory of what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
I don't want to think about how my mind is slowly losing track of the time, and
the ability to create so freely is one which Will attributes to the support of his parents, and the fans love his freedom of expression.
The first song was a song called Miss Me When You're Gone. That was the first song we ever released, and that kind of really did kickstart this whole career, this whole thing, and we've only really been doing it for like 9 months now. But that song was written in my bedroom. The reaction to the first single was a lot of, from my side and my family's side, was a lot of shock. I think nobody really saw it coming. It was such an incredible response. I think nobody could have predicted the response that we got. I felt incredibly supported, incredibly loved, and I felt incredibly grateful in that first week after release. It was such a surreal experience, and I seriously don't take it for granted. And it's so awesome to see people that found me with that song are still listening to the music that I'm releasing now. It really feels like people are part of a journey, and it's not just like we listen to one song and that's it, which has been so awesome.
Miss me when you're gone.
This time last year, he was studying a degree he didn't enjoy, and now he was returning to Stellenbosch on a national concert tour.
Stud Burger Bar I found in the middle of second year when I was studying here at Stellenbosch, and I think their burgers are the winner. Being back home has been so awesome. It's like a little shot of espresso, just being back with community, with friends, with family. I think being away from home is awesome. It's a little adventure. Being on the road has been awesome. Playing shows here in South Africa has been so cool. It's been the first headline tour that we've done. I think the concert tonight is going to be so much fun. It's the last show of the Miss Me tour that we've done around South Africa, and whenever I come to Stellenbosch, I'm always met with such love and support, and it's always so awesome coming back here. This time around we have a drummer, and there's just going to be so much energy on stage. I think it's going to be a really fun show.
For all the chart-topping national radio airplay and his recent filming of a handful of music videos in California, it's a live gig at his favorite student haunt that takes the cake.
At the wrong time.
So, funnily enough, the Daisy Jones bar, this venue, has been a bucket list of mine. And in first year, I came to watch a band here. And I remember chatting to one of my mates, and I said, I think if I ever did music, this is definitely the first bucket list or goal venue to play. And so it's really cool to be playing a show here tonight, and we'll see how it goes.
Will's musically inclined family is now expanding into an even larger community of bandmates and collaborators, among them drummer Zoe Langa.
I play drums at church, and I go to the same church as 2 of his brothers, and one of the bands I'm in is led by his brother Ollie, And Will was chatting to Ali saying, hey, I need drummers for a few of my shows. Do you know any drummers? And so Ali made the connection, and the rest is history.
Mr. Linley makes friends wherever he plays.
He's such a cool guy, so down to earth, but super extroverted and fun, and I love it. I really gel well with that. He's very professional as well at the same time, but super, super kind. So working with him has been great.
That character reference proves true in the way Will comes across on camera and in the music videos he shot with Abongwe Alboy.
The way that I met Will is that through my brother, who is a producer, and he worked on the song Miss Me. He was the producer with his producing partner, David Bolshaw. They realized that they needed someone to shoot the video and the visual elements for the rollout in South Africa because they were out in LA. And so they reached out to me, and that's how I sort of met Will, through them. And we started having discussions about the videos and like how we wanted it to come through and how we wanted the Miss Me artwork to look. Just like we found out that we were like very much on the same page about creative ideas and execution. So that's kind of how we met and our friendship blossomed. I think people enjoy Will's music so much because it makes them feel happy and excited, and it's really refreshing. The writing, you know, the way that he structures things is really exciting. I think people can resonate with the great writing that he has and the good vibes.
Soundcheck went really, really well. It's so cool to be playing on this stage with the drummer and just have all the lights and the sounds. Went really, really well. And it's always cool to have a good soundcheck because then you kind of feel so at ease for the rest of the show.
After a back operation at age 12, Will could no longer play the sports he loved. Music, determination, and the joy of living filled the gap.
A lot of the time, artists do go through that phase of trying to discover their sound, trying to figure out who they are. I think the EP that we've just put out is that. And so in the EP, I've really tried to create a project of songs that there is a song for everyone. And I really feel like we have done that, and I love every song on there in its own little world. I think each song is its own world, is its own sound.
Don't want to ruin the friendship, but don't want to numb all my senses.
He's not only played, but sold out the Daisy Jones Bar. So, what's next on the list?
What I'm really trying to do is create music that connects with people. For me, that's the most important thing. My dream is just to really create music and experiences that people love and feel connected to and feel heard and feel seen. And if that is what my career holds, I would be more than happy. What's important is I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for the audience and for the listeners and for the support that I've received from them. I really feel like we're creating an awesome community, a family of people that when I meet everyone at the live shows, it's such a wholesome, awesome experience. It's chaotic, it's such fun, but I wouldn't change it for the world.
Get more of the Insider Essay online. Follow, connect, engage, and be inspired to live better with the Insider Essay. Watch the show Monday evenings at 6. Repeat Saturday at 1 on S3.